Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another early morning storage closet session. My name is Kiki, and today we are going to be talking about YG's 2004. Now, before we get into it, I would like to politely once again request that you ignore the Nicki Minaj poster. The Nicki Minaj video is coming, and the video will be. This post will be taken down after that video. Okay, but ignore the Nicki Minaj poster. But we're going to be talking about YG's 2004 today. I've seen a lot of people say that y'all are not ready to have this conversation. And even though I agree, I still think that we should try because the word of the day on this beautiful Sunday is the first step to solving a problem is acknowledging that there is a problem. Okay. So I actually was not going to make this video because, people that's better at making videos than me, I feel like talked about already. But the reason why I'm making this video really is because of his interview that he did with ABC that gave more context into not just how the song was made and why the song was made, but also the growth that he's experiencing right now at 35 or 6 years old, in his mid 30s. Okay. But the ABC interview was really my inspiration for wanting to make this video. So the first thing that I want to talk about with in regards to this song is the video. I feel like there were some very, very intentional choices made in this video, with one being the person that he chose to play the lady, the person that was assaulting him. I feel like he chose the person that he did because she, for one, is not very attractive in the face. She's a very, very regular looking lady, and not only is she not super attractive in the face, but she also looks like people you know. She looks like people that she looks like she could be your auntie. She could be your the person that your mama go to church with. She could be the lady that lived next door and pass out candy. Like, I feel like that was a very intentional decision, was making, because as far as making her not attractive in the face. I'm sure that y'all have seen the flirting versus harassment meme. You know, if they're attractive, it's flirting. If they're not attractive, it's harassment. And if he had chosen a more attractive in the face looking lady, then people would have there would have been more people that were like, "Oh, where was she when I was in when I was 14? Why, I wish she lived next door to me. I wish she pulled up to me in a Cadillac." Okay, we're gonna get back to that though. The other thing that I felt like was intentional is at the end of the video, you can see that lady walking down the street and you can see how she's dressed. And the way that she's dressed is much younger than she looks in the face. Because these types of people that prey on, younger men, they like to dress the age that someone that you would go to school with would dress. So they probably wear their daughter's clothes, you know? It's I felt like all of that was intentional because it's not just a something that's supposed to be for the men to be like, "Oh, wow, this was assault," but it's also something for people to look out for when trying to prevent these things, like, "Oh, that's the girl in the neighborhood, you I don't want my kids around," stuff like that. Okay, the video's pretty good. I like the video. It's very sad too. It's a sad video. Now the ABC interview, something I thought was interesting about the ABC interview was that it seemed like he was acknowledging multiple things. Like, for one, yes, I was assaulted. For two, I've played this song for other men and they said they've been through a similar thing. For 3, the lifestyle that I live could be a result of what I went through when I was younger and me thinking that that was normal, and then me growing up into living this wild fast lifestyle. And then 4, that he has actually been having experiences with trying to manage his mental health, because the person that was interviewing him, which I think was Roxy. Roxy, she used to be on BT, right? Yeah, she used to be on 106 in Park. The person that was interviewing him was Roxy from 106 in Park. And she said something like, it's Mental Health Awareness Month. What are you doing to manage your mental health? And he said, well, I'm kind of new to that right now, but in the past, like recently, I've been experiencing anxiety, and I didn't really know what that was. Like, I thought I was having a stroke or something, and I was telling people that I was experiencing, and they was like, that might be anxiety, and I was like, I don't like that. And I feel like just that little thing, even acknowledging that you can have, like, your like that your mental health needs to be managed. I think that is a sign of personal growth for a person like him. You know, you know. So now another thing was I feel like this is the part of the conversation that y'all not ready for, is people that say that happened to me, or that happened to this person, or this person went through it and they fine, or I'm fine. The problem is a lot of you niggas is not fine or normal. A lot of y'all's not normal. Okay, let's go through some people that some other rappers that have said they've had some experience when they was way too young to have that experience, and they turned out fine, or they turned out normal, or they liked it, or whatever. Okay, uh, Lil Wayne, I think that he said that he lost his virginity to somebody that was paid for, and he had like a bunch of people watching him, and he was like 11 years old, and he was like forced to do that, and he said he's fine, he turned out fine, he liked it. Okay, do y'all think that Lil Wayne is normal? The guy that can't go nowhere without a blunt in one hand and a double cup of lean in the other, can barely even stand up on stage, his hair falling out. He just kicked his fiance out the house, and honestly, he probably so fucked up in his head, he probably didn't even know that that was his fiance. He probably thought that that was a tenant that he'd been trying to evict for years. Y'all think that Lil Wayne is normal? Okay, Chris Brown. Chris Brown, I think he said he lost his virginity when he was 9 years old. Y'all think that Chris Brown is normal? He be fighting women all the time. He in jail right now. He said free Tory and then went to jail. Okay. How about the baby? Y'all think the baby is normal? The guy that be trying to make his fiance look a fool on IG Live. He killing teenagers in Walmart. He be fighting in the streets all the time. He be thinking about gay niggas for no reason at all. Just out of the blue, just think about gay niggas. Y'all think that he normal? Drake. Y'all think Drake is normal? And the funny thing about him specifically is that it seemed like when he first came out, he was like always kind of chasing around older women. And then as he got older, he started chasing younger women. So it was like he went from chasing after the type of person that assaulted him to taking the role of the predator, allegedly. And I mean, just, from, you know, I grew up around a lot of y'all. I know a lot of y'all. A lot of y'all are not normal. I want y'all to like really, really, really think to yourselves, you know, am I actually normal? Has having that experience at a young age of impacted me negatively? I think that if YG can acknowledge with the type of music that he make and the type of person that he is, I think that if he can acknowledge that that has had an impact on him, you can too. Because a lot of y'all really not normal. A lot of y'all can't even talk to a woman outside of the assumption or the pretext that you are talking to this woman in order to get a sexual relationship out of her. Y'all can't even just have a normal conversation with a woman just for no reason. Y'all can't hold down a relationship. Y'all be supporting Tory Lanez because y'all hate women so goddamn much that y'all can't think that any man could possibly be violent against a woman because he's just violent. Y'all think that it has to be the woman's fault for some reason, or that it didn't happen at all, that everybody just out to get y'all. And of course, I shouldn't have to say this, but if it don't apply, let it fly. But based on the reception that I got from y'all from the last two videos, I'm really thinking that y'all not normal. And the first step to fixing a problem is acknowledging that there is a problem. Okay, so this is what I'm gonna say. Gangsters gotta worry about their mental health too. You know, being institutionalized is not good for you. Growing up in, I mean, I don't know. Of course, if you don't apply, let it fly. Growing up in the hood is hard. It weigh on you. Being assaulted at a young age, whether you thought it was assault or not, that really do impact the way that you see women, the way that you have sexual relationships or any kind of romantic relationships in the future. I'm telling y'all, I really, really hope that y'all have a moment of reflection. You know, it is meditation day. It's Sunday. It's meditation day. So I hope, and also watch the ABC interview because I actually think that is kind of enlightening in terms of where he's at in his life right now. You know, he said that he recently got baptized at the behest of his child, you know, so he's doing his, like, you know, religious moment. He's newly starting to learn about how to focus on his mental health. You know, it's not gay to focus on your mental health. I promise you still gonna be a man, you still gonna be straight, you still gonna be cool. All right, so, you know, just think about it, y'all. Just think about it. I almost made a Tory Lanez and Meg video, but you know, I figured that I would try to do something more positive for y'all because, you know, y'all seem to really, really not you know what? I'm not even gonna say it. But the point is, I hope that this is a positive message for y'all and that y'all actually take what he did as sort of you know, this is something that you can do too. You can acknowledge that there's a problem because then you end up like Dodie if you don't. So thank y'all so much for coming to this very short Sunday storage closet session. Praise Jesus. Go watch the ABC interview that YG did with Roxy Diaz and have a good rest of your day. Bye, everybody.
Tell me don't worry. They ask me if I'm okay.